£8, which is incidentally far lower than would exist under a graduate tax system, because under a graduate tax system people would start paying much earlier and at much lower levels of income. No, I will not.
Secretary of State's not giving way at the moment and must be allowed to continue. Order! And must be allowed to continue his argument. Secretary
And in terms of the measures that we have taken to improve access to low-income families, as opposed to the separate problem of low-income graduates, we've made it very clear there will be additional grant provision, as I made in response to an intervention earlier. And in addition, the offer requirement of universities wishing to move to a higher threshold will have demanding tests in respect of access. And it is worth recalling the situation that we have inherited. There is a lot of crocodile tears opposite about low-income families, but let me just remind them, social mobility from disadvantaged backgrounds trying to get into Russell Group University has deteriorated over the last decade. We have a position. We have at the moment 80,000 free school meals pupils, of which only 40 made it to Oxbridge. Right? 40 out of 80,000. That's less than in some of the leading independent schools. That is a shameful inheritance. It's a shameful inheritance from people who claim to be concerned about disadvantaged backgrounds, and we intend to rectify it. So I will conclude in this way. I will conclude as this way. I don't pretend, none of us pretend, that this is an easy subject. Of course it isn't. We've had to make very difficult choices. We could have taken easier options, but we were insistent that at the end of this, we would be making a substantial commitment.
Point of order, Mr. Brian Donohoe.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Did the Secretary of State not say that he was going to give way? And why is he not?
Order. Order. I understand what the honourable gentleman has said, but that is not a point of order. It is a point of frustration. Secretary Cable.
I've given way to several of his colleagues and several of mine, and I now wish to summarise where we are. If I can just go back over what I was saying. There have been very difficult choices to make. We could have made a decision to drastically cut the number of university students. We could have cut student maintenance. We could have cut the funding to universities without replacing it. But instead, we have opted for a set of policies that provides a strong base for university funding, which makes a major contribution to reducing the deficit and introducing a significantly more progressive system of graduate payments than we inherited. And I'm proud to put forward that measure to this House.
Order! The question is order! I understand the passions. Order. The more noise, the greater the delay, the fewer people will have the chance to contribute. I want backbenchers to have the chance to contribute. And I do appeal to honourable and right honourable members to help me to help them. The question is motion 3 on the order paper, Mr. John Denham. Ms. Paul Farrelly.
On Monday, I tabled 3 name-day questions relating to the evidence underpinning government policy, in particular regarding to what studies the government have commissioned about the potential impact of these high fees on participation, on longer courses such as languages, medicine, law, architecture, on postgraduate teaching courses. They were due for answer at noon today. Answer there has come none. Mr. Speaker, what can the House do to ensure that the government better informs us with vital information so that we can properly have debates like this on subjects that are of interest to the whole nation.
Knows I'm in favour of timely replies to parliamentary questions. The honourable gentleman is an experienced hand in this House and he must pursue these matters through the table office and in other ways, but we cannot be detained now by what he has just said. The question is motion 3 on the order paper. Mr John Denham.
Mr. Speaker, I know